Yeah, Dave was MIA.
Dave.
Earth the Dave station.
Right, I'm Polish Paul. Hello. I can keep Dave talking.
I was on mute.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if
there you go, Dave.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I was really late starting my stream.
Damn it.
Everybody on my channel missed Nat's good intro. But...
Sweet.
Oh, I'm supposed to introduce myself. Hey, I'm Dave from
Yes.
Dave Station VR, and I'm at this Roundtable.
Hey, Dave.
Now, and I'll,
Hi, Dave.
Who are
Hi,
you?
Dave.
Hello.
It's like an AA meeting, guys.
Somebody got volume up.
Paul, that was me. Paul, did you go?
I'm Polish Paul. Hello, welcome to the Roundtable.
What is the meaning? What is the message?
I picked up the message is we got the table. Sorry.
Paul, I left a message for you on all the chalkboards around here.
This is already off to a good start. I love it.
Yeah, this is better than last time.
Right.
It is actually.
We already lost our table.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
And it wasn't even a round table in the first
I'm a
place. It
soldier.
was a
We're
rectangle.
gonna start this off. We're gonna start this off now. Yeah, are you ready, Nat?
Yeah, let's get on with this. So, we've already had one pre-E3 reveal, so we thought we'd give our thoughts about the wonder that is Tetris Effect. So, my thoughts on it is, this is not how you start. You start by swinging for the fences. Tetris Effect, don't get me wrong, I think it's going to be a fantastic game, it's going to be fun, but it's a mid-reveal game. It's after you've revealed a couple of big hitters and you're like, need a bit of a breather. Tetris Effect is shown because it's like, oh, that's cool, but you have a bit of a breather. So, but like I think it's a cool game, but it wasn't what I was expecting, and I can understand why a lot of people were pissed off with that particular reveal. What do you think?
Well, it was exactly what I was expecting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting the smaller games to come before E3, personally. I thought that makes sense to me. And I thought it was brilliant, so I was just happy. You know what I mean?
Me?
Are we going just straight circular?
Yeah,
here?
I think I was on the same side as Nat. I think I was a bit underwhelmed. I think not that I don't like Tetris. I think Tetris is amazing. Been playing it for like many years, obviously. But it wasn't the VR reveal I was expecting. I think when Tetris was just like the title came up, I was like, okay. But you know, it should be really good though when the game comes out. I know it's going to be a good game, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with Nat and.
But I was still a little underwhelmed. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm with Nat and Dave. It's the same thing. It's not the biggest push out of the gate for sure, but it's Tetris. It's a known name. It's also not in VR as well. And it's got the Res guys backing it, so it's like I said, it's going to be a solid title for sure.
Right.
But like you said, as far as like VR, what's coming next? Tetris wasn't on anyone's list of things they wanted, so that's where
it was on mine.
Here, one guy.
Yeah, me, just me.
Steve.
Seraphim?
Okay. I went.
Oh, he's glitched. I can't hear this dude.
Oh, I've got JD on my stream. Hi, JD.
Okay.
Go on,
My
Steve,
voice still coming through.
A little bit.
You're good, sir. Go ahead.
I wasn't sure.
I don't even know if I'm live right now.
And I was like, "Hey guys, thinking." And anyways, no, I was okay with it. I realized maybe it has nothing to do with Tetris because it's about the Tetris Effect, which is still it was interesting because all these pictures flash up, and it is what I say. It may not really, it might not have much to do with this game. I don't know. It's just theory.
Well, the study was basically people who can't.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
It might just be like a psychedelic experience. I don't know. Who knows?
The study was for people who can't make new memories, but they were making a memory of the game. That was what it was about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They can't make
it in your head and stuff like that before you get to sleep. Which is called Tetris Effect or whatever. Yeah, I was interested in that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But yeah.
Dave?
So I think I was initially underwhelmed like you guys, but the more I think about it, I think it was actually a really smart idea on Sony's part because, like, if you look at actual gaming news websites, every single fucking one talked about this game and how it has VR support.
Yeah.
And you know, every console, every system ever has had Tetris on it, so it's like it's about time too. And you put the guy from Rez, like Noguchi, behind that. That's kind of a heavy hitter, honestly. It doesn't seem like it if you're immersed in the VR every day and you're like, oh, you know, we want something crazy new we've never heard of or whatever. But like, it looks like the craziest possible version of Tetris. And I think you know, I just played Area X again because I got a Pro today.
Area X is the best part. Area X is the best part.
That's what I'm saying. If it's anything up to that level of like
sorry, Dave, just hold on a second.
It's going to be incredible.
People can't hear you.
People can't hear me.
People can't hear you.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, on the stream they can't hear me. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm good. Wait, I'm good. Hey, I'm good.
All right, go on then.
All right. So, now that people can hear me, I'll tell you guys the same thing I just said again. I was initially underwhelmed, but I think it was a really smart idea because, like I said, all the gaming news websites are actually covering this thing. And if it had been some new IP or something like that that we, you know, nobody except PSVR players care about, it wouldn't have had as big an effect. So I feel like it's got people talking about VR again and like, yo, look at this crazy shit that's coming out.
He just got the Pro, guys.
Yeah. And like I was saying, I just played Area X on the Pro, and I was like, oh my fucking god, this is great. So if it's anything like that, I'm actually really looking forward to it. You know, it's not... Initially, it definitely puts you off, but I think the more I think about it, it seems like it was a really good idea.
All right, Paul, shit on Tetris. Paul?
Right. Yeah, I was just saying... when I was waiting... Go on, who's talking?
No, I'm sorry, I was just saying people were wondering why they couldn't hear you, because you just got a Pro, and you had to switch.
Yeah. So they can hear me now, right?
Yes, they can all hear you. Everything is good, it's fine. Go ahead, Paul, sorry.
Yeah, when I was waiting for that reveal, obviously Sony announced it like before, and I was thinking something good gonna come out of it. And when I saw Tetris, I was like, fuck me, fucking Tetris. And I don't mind the game, because the game probably gonna be great. But no matter what you put on it, you know, it's still Tetris, it's still millionth version of Tetris. So my take on it is, I probably gonna play it just to look at visuals, but probably, you know, it's gonna be just Tetris.
Cool.
Hey, well, what you got?
I already did a video on this.
You did a video, yes, I saw
it.
Did you shout a lot? Were you pissed?
I was pissed at people bitching about it. Yeah, I was I'm on Team Tetris, and all it was just, you know, Tetris is the best-selling game of all time. Sony's the titan of consoles right now, and I said Tetris is the titan of games of all time. It's not going to hurt us, and it's going to help Sony, and Tetris is just going to keep climbing up the charts. I'm excited for it. And from that trailer, it looked like they were doing like the Res thing, man.
Yeah.
The new mode. They always throw the new modes in, but they always have classic. That new mode looks like it's going to be some sort of rhythm drop the blocks thing, man. I'm excited to play that. I think it's going to be a different way to play, but you can always go back to classic Tetris in VR. I'm excited. I'm buying the fuck out of it.
There's not many VR games that my wife would play, but she would definitely play Tetris.
See, that's the thing. That's why it's a good idea for Sony, because everybody who wouldn't give a shit about all these games that we would get excited about are going to be like, whoa, I can do this crazy Tetris in VR? Yeah. Like, they'll want to try it out.
I still don't think that people will buy PSVR because of Tetris.
I'm sure a few
won't sell it.
I'm sure a few will.
Let's just say you just found out about PSVR and you saw that trailer, like, oh, what's the next new game? Tetris? Wait, nah, I don't really.
But then if I watched that trailer, I'd be like, holy shit, that looks crazy.
I understand that.
And if I'd already played Area X or something.
Yes, but it's
just
Tetris.
it's not a system seller. That's the thing. It's not going to push systems, I don't think.
I think we're all excited for the game. I think we're all looking forward to the game and think it's going to
be visually stunning.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, it's Mizuguchi, for God's sakes. I mean, this guy doesn't do bad. He does good games. But so it's just, for some of us, it was like, weren't really the big hitter that we were expecting to come out the gate. So, but I think, like I said, we're all pretty much in agreement that, yeah, this is going to be a good game. It's going to be fun to play on VR. I think we're all going to get it. I know I am.
Absolutely.
So,
we need it. We need it.
A lot more excited. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's something we know that's made, but I think it's been cool.
How well can you guys hear Seraphim? Is it just me?
Southend's audio's
it's a little choppy.
Okay.
I can
it's a bit choppy because I think he's streaming as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Here's the thing, though, guys.
Across the... I'm sorry.
No, we can hear you.
When you guys take games that people understand and put them in VR, it helps people that don't really know what VR is go, I might want to try that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I say Over the Top or Megaton Rainfall of the Lost Bear, they look at me like I'm talking another language. If I say you mean
Tetris, To the Top?
Oh yeah, To the Top. Or if I say, you can play Skyrim, Resident Evil 7, and Over the Top. I used to say that. But when you talk to people about games that they understand, then they start going, oh, that'd be cool to be in the world, not just on my TV. And I think, Tetris will help with that. Like having people understand what they can do with VR. Be in there, not just looking at it.
I like what you're going for.
This guy knows what's up.
Yeah,
man.
Okay, so Liza, it's going to be a fun game. None of us
like your video too,
we're not going to, kiss anybody's ass. If we thought it was a shit game, we'd say it's a shit game. We'd say it's underwhelming for some of us, but even the people that were underwhelmed by it still are pretty much excited for the game. Right, so the next bit we're going to move on to...
Yeah, man, thank you.
It's only the beginning, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the next thing we're going to look at is a game that we know is coming to E3 that we're personally excited for. So again, we'll go around. The one I'm going to pick out that I know is going to be shown at E3 is Firewall 0 Hour, which I think can be a game changer for PlayStation VR. If that works the way that game is meant to work, I think it's going to be mind-blowing.
As long as I get smooth turning, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's all in there. But I think it's going to be the tactical and that 360-degree audio. Can you imagine somebody walking on floorboards up above, and you can hear them as they're walking along the floorboards? You ain't going to get that in a normal game. Putting your gun around a corner just to shoot because you can hear somebody that's just around there. So, like I say, for me, Firewall 0 Hour, I'm looking for a trailer. We know that they're going to be showing off gameplay, but I'm hoping for a trailer and a nice gameplay demo during the week. We might not see it on the sales floor, but I think actually on the show floor it'll be shown, and then hopefully, like I say, they'll have like a 20-30 minute walkthrough, because we haven't really seen a lot from it at the moment. No. But as I say, I'm very psyched for that game.
I don't know if you like the same Blood and Truth. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, exactly.
I know. I'm sure everyone would.
We're going to have a few of the same ones over and over again here, probably.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible.
Oh yeah.
So I can't wait for that personally.
Hope it's not like a Bravo team.
I'm sorry, what?
Seraphim said he hopes it's not Bravo team.
Are we still talking about Tetris? I don't even
know. We have Firewall 0 Hour and Blood and Truth. What's the game you're looking forward to at E3?
One that's definitely coming.
Firewall more.
Firewall.
Very cool, Seraphim. Firewall. More Firewall leaning towards. I mean, I'm kind of excited for Blood and Truth only because the London Heist was really cool. It was one of our first experiences on PSVR. But it's in the form of like nodes. You have to move to spots predetermined. Even though it still stays in first person, which Bravo team should have done, but it's not like a full free movement game like Firewall will be, hopefully. And those maps that I've seen so far look pretty cool. I'm very excited for Firewall. It looks more team-based. I love team-based games, where we all get to like communicate and really, take some shit out. But hopefully, I don't know, from the footage, and it uses the aim controller. But from the footage I've seen, it looks okay. Like some of the footage, I think obviously it still needs work, but I'm much more excited for that one, multiplayer wise, especially. It's a single player experience for Blood and Truth, and that's going to be, neither here nor there. A few hours, maybe. Firewall could be forever.
Yeah.
It's basically those two. It's Blood and Truth and Firewall. Firewall, like I said, that's going to be a pretty big test as far as, I want to see more and just, like I said, what it can do and what it can bring. Hopefully, like that's a game that will bring people to PSVR. And same as Blood and Truth, I'm way more leery about that one for the exact reasons Lewis just mentioned. It seems like it's going to be a short experience based more around narrative. And I like London Heist. London Heist is great to play through, but very little replayability. And we've seen a lot since London Heist, and I don't know if Blood and Truth is going to totally meet people's expectations now, because it kind of looks mundane to me. But anyways, yeah, Firewall 0 for everything these guys have said so far.
Seraphim?
I assume he said Firewall 0 hour.
I thought you said Mario.
I don't know.
No, he's just saying. He's watching. He told me that yesterday.
Remake was fantastic in VR.
Yeah, but
can you translate, Lewis?
But would you want? I'm not trying to translate. I'm just saying. Are you excited for more? Are you excited more for Firewall or Blood and Truth?
I didn't want to say it.
Okay,
cool.
That's our question. That was the
He
question.
said Firewall.
Multiplayer. He said,
yeah,
Firewall.
Okay, got it.
But why? Why are you excited? Why are you excited more for Firewall than Blood and Truth?
Multiplayer.
Thank you. Okay, that's what I figured.
I'm gonna be the guy who has a HOTUS and say Ace Combat, because that looks really fun. And honestly, if it has as much content as they're saying, like 10 hours of campaign stuff, like that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be really good. And I think they can pull that off.
I'm just gonna hold on, Dave. Hold on. I was about to say I'm just gonna call foul on that. Ace Combat 7 has already been announced. It's not going to be at E3. You have to choose a game that's going to be at E3.
No, it's not going to be at E3. Oh! Are you kidding?
No.
I thought for sure it was going to be at E3. I even planned beforehand. I was like, I picked my game out. I was like, it's going to be Ace Combat 7.
So it's going to be Firewall or Blood and which one is it?
Are those the only two games being shown at E3?
No, you got
Dreams,
you got Megalith, you got loads of
games.
Megalith.
Let's get into that one. Let's go one at a time here. What happened to Firewall and the other one?
Yeah, let's.
So come on, Dave, you got to come up with a new game.
Well,
now.
shit.
Yeah, Dave,
look how much I know.
Oh, he's got to come up with a new game.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say from what I've heard about Megalith, it sounds pretty good. Although I haven't seen much about it, but I like the concept. Could be like a kind of a polished up Code 51 or something like that, because it's like a mech combat 2v2 thing, right?
Yeah, you're like a Titan, and you've got your minions to send. They like it sounds good. Like game. I was going to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I mean, you probably know as well. No. What I was going to say is you probably know more. You've probably researched it more. I just heard about it like a few days ago. So yeah. That would be mine.
They didn't say that much about this game since they revealed it, but it sounds good, you know, from, like, you are that big Titan. I think it's only 1 versus 1.
I thought it was 2v2. I think I read.
Or 2v2, yeah. And then you've got your, like, little army as well, you know, so it's got a bit of strategy elements.
I got a question. The VR chat thing that Seraphim mentioned, do we really need VR chat if we already have this game?
I thought VR chat was an exclusive.
I don't think it's ever coming to PS4.
I don't think it is
The reason
either.
people like it is because you can mod the shit out of it and put weird Uganda knuckles everywhere. And
PlayStation Party? PlayStation Party was on that list.
The leaked list?
I wonder what that is.
Yeah, it said something about PlayStation Party, PSVR. Like, what the hell's PlayStation Party?
That would be cool. I mean, maybe just like a hangout space, like something like
this. That's what this is. That's what I'm saying. This is so popular and it has so many games to play now with this Royale thing too on top of it. Like, what else why would we need another one? Like, I mean, I don't see reason to need another one for a long time
do you
anyway.
think this gonna stay, or are they gonna do something like World War Toons and take beta off and then we never hit of it again?
No, I think this is Rec Room is gonna be
World War
forever.
is never coming back.
Yeah.
Rec Room's staying free.
This is forever, yeah. But World War II disappeared into the mist.
Yeah.
All right, I think we got off track.
Who knows?
Yeah. I agree. We're a little off track.
All right, sorry.
So, Paul, what's your game, dude? What's your game?
I've just been talking about Megalith.
Yeah, he was already talking about it.
Okay, Megalith as well.
Yeah, but coming back to Ace Combat, I read an article the other day. Somebody had hands-on with it. And they said the VR is only handful of missions, so it don't look like it's gonna be that big.
They keep going back and forth.
Yeah, that's the thing I've heard as well.
First they said the whole game, and then they said it'd be a separate campaign that's still like 10 hours long.
Yeah, I heard this.
And now they said handful.
Shit. Also, guys, I just got some good feedback. Someone said this podcast format is awesome in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I've had a few people comment saying that. They're liking it. Cool. I'm glad they're liking it.
Right, AWOL.
I'm going Firewall 0 hour, and the reason I'm doing that is because the only hole that's in PSVR that rivals the Rift that I have No, not multiplayer.
First-person shooter, multiplayer.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because what keeps me off, some nights I want to play my PSVR, but it doesn't have a Pavlov, it doesn't have an Onward, so I'm over there.
It doesn't, I love those games, look fun to watch.
Because I want to play my PSVR that night, but I'm like, no, I want to play a tactical shooter, and we need that, especially as prices drop on PC and the headsets. It's in Sony's best interest to get
you can buy,
gamers
I think I saw...
shit that they want, which is a tactical shooter.
Honor and Duty.
I think I saw a laptop under a grant with VR headset now.
That's not a tactical shooter, though.
I know.
It's going to be fun.
I agree, though. Like, we need tactical shooters. We don't have any. Farpoint gave us that one-on-one shit, which was like a tease like crazy. We have Honor and Duty, and Honor and Duty D-Day is coming. And I'm very excited about Honor and Duty D-Day, too. So, whatever the hell that game is called. But yeah, other than that, like anything more realistic looking, like Palvolve and Onward, which is more like a realistic first-person shooter, tactical. I want those horribly bad.
Yeah.
It looks like Seraphim went to sleep over here. Oh, he's waking up.
I think he did.
I think he was napping on his hands like this.
I'm here.
I mean, it's actually quite simple. If you think of the amount of games that are actually
he's got to watch his new
already
kitty.
confirmed for E3, we've got Transference that Ubisoft are going to be showing off.
Oh shit, that was the one I was going to say. I forgot. I looked. That was going to be interesting. Son of a bitch.
They're going to be showing Dreams, and I'm sure they're going to show off the VR functionality of that. And let's be honest, I think all of us can agree that we're waiting for Seraphim to actually build some decent games in that game, because he's going to do some awesome stuff.
Oh man. We should tell people his background, because a lot of people probably don't know that you have like a following from creating Minecraft stuff, right? Like you created Shambhala is your big thing, right?
Yeah, it's like one of the best freaking Minecraft maps out there.
What's up, Empty Chest?
So, like I say, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to.
Seraphim, you there?
I was looking at him, waiting for him to tell me the story.
His face is just kind of like
it's just going
through every expression. Oh, and he's gone.
No. Can we get him back?
I got sucked out the hole.
I could try to get him back. I don't know why that happened.
It's probably his connection.
So I'm just trying to see if he's around. Hold up.
Man, Blood and Truth reminds me of... Blood and Truth reminds me of GoldenEye. That's why I want to play that.
So, like I say, there's some really cool stuff today. So now we're going to talk about games that we hope are going to be at E3. So again, I'm going to start. And even though we got the reveal for Fallout 76, I'm still holding out hope for Fallout 3 Anniversary VR Edition. I don't think we can get Fallout 4. I don't think it can run on PS4 with PSVR.
Oh, it can't even run on PCs.
PS3 can totally... Yeah, Fallout 3 can definitely run on the PS4 with PlayStation VR. So my hope is Bethesda will unveil Fallout 3. That's what I'm waiting for when they turn around and say Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition VR. That would be cool.
Sweet. So these are like imaginary games, like not imaginary, but games you'd
games that you think will actually be shown at E3. Possibly there's been a rumor or a leak. You know, even if you want to lose the list that came out a little while ago, and so I say, oh yeah, BioShock, whatever it was called. Yeah,
yeah, man. For some reason, I've got a feeling that something about Metal Gear will happen. I don't know why. I just
Zone of the Enders. Zone of the Enders is coming.
I like that.
That's
really
a precursor,
like that.
I feel like.
A lot of people didn't like Zone of Enders demo.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
I liked it too.
But yeah. I got a feeling that something about Metal Gear happened. I don't know why, but yeah.
VR missions.
Yeah, whatever.
Lewis.
Oh.
Are we losing him too?
No, I'm here.
There he is.
I was in the middle trying to invite this guy back.
He's back. Go ahead.
He's back.
There he is.
Yeah,
you guys are talking about like ports and stuff, PS3 stuff coming to VR.
No. Any game that you think is actually going to be at E3.
That hasn't been actually
my predictions.
That's like a rumor.
This is my problem. I don't.
Wow. Where am I?
I don't know. Predictions are really hard for me. Like, I'm thinking, Dave. Come on, man.
Dave, what are you doing?
Put him up. What are you doing, man?
I can't get back on the couch
not a wish
now.
list, Lewis. Just games.
Did I lose my couch?
See, this is what happens when you mess around.
Yeah, I lost my couch privilege.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like the BioShock thing was a pretty cool like maybe, right? It was a cool maybe BioShock.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Bioshock would be amazing.
But if that would be cool. But honestly, I'm not good with predictions and stuff. I'll talk to you guys after E3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, we'll do this again after E3, and we'll obviously give our thoughts about.
Oh yeah, no, this is gonna be a post E3 roundtable.
I'd love it if Metal Gear was there. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Hey, thanks, JD.
Yeah, actually, I'm with Matt. Although I don't think it's Fallout 3 for sure. Although I don't think it's gonna happen now because of 76. Resident Evil 2 once again would be awesome. It's the same engine as Resident Evil 7. Like, come on, please. Those are the big ones I want to come over. And there was something else I was looking forward to. Oh, Bioshock, which you just mentioned. I would love to play Bioshock, new or old, in VR.
Yes, sir.
I never played the series before, so that I'd be stoked for.
I played like 1 and 2, but yeah, I feel you. Like, same thing. I would love that.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, all my wish lists are kind of for ports and older games because I think, like I said, with Tetris, we need those brand names here to kind of bring in more people. We need those established names. I don't care if they're 6-year-old games like Skyrim or Fallout or whatever, but like those will bring people regardless of how old the games are. It's just Bioshock in VR. Man, if I didn't have a PSVR, Sold.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hopefully next year.
I had a good one. No.
Okay, well, I'm done.
You're up, sir. I think we can
hear you. Hear me or not? Because
yes.
Well, you're still breaking up, but
I'm only excited for things really.
We'll do our best.
I mean, I haven't stopped thinking about that for like every day. So like always
Green Rain.
I can't wait. I'm just gonna go crazy.
Oh, dreams.
Dreams.
Yeah. You know, it's true that that's all he talks about.
That's all about.
Let's get him shut the fuck up.
But I think it would be amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much my but really. Oh, and another good, they will have VR as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's a prediction, Mister. What's up, bro?
The theory. Okay.
I'm going Resident Evil 2. I would love to see fucking Resident Evil 2. I mean, it does make sense. Like, it's the same engine. Obviously, they'd have to put a team on it and still do some development to get it to work, but I don't know. It seems like a pretty good idea, and that was sort of the system seller at near launch. So like, Resident Evil 2 would get a lot of people interested. I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for that game. That's one of my that game will stick with me forever. Walking into the police station for the first time and shit, seeing the liquor for the first time. You guys remember seeing the liquor for the first time? That was fucking crazy.
Oh, that scared the hell out of me.
Totally.
So like in VR. Oh my god. Yeah, that would be great. So that's mine.
This is Rec Room.
Right, mine is I would love for Bethesda to announce Wolfenstein for VR.
That's probably not.
Dude, that's a
little
good
too
one, dude.
Recent.
I would fucking get such a big boner.
Aim controller support. Aim controller support.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I would like Resistance and stuff like that. Like Resistance. I feel
that was that was good games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I mean, if they could do Doom on PSVR, I don't see why they cannot do Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
I think they probably have to build a separate
behind
Wolfenstein.
VR. That's the big thing. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And Ubisoft.
Yeah.
All right,
well, let's play Rec Royale.
I'm going with Fallout 3. I remember it was Down the Rabbit Hole episode back when your channel was still Down the Rabbit Hole, and this was right when Fallout 4 came out, and everybody was yakking, and I'm like, it's not gonna go. I'd like to see Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, or anything. It was the first I think we ever talked about that, and that's what we need. Bethesda's on board with porting their fucking awesome games to VR. So let's get some Fallout on the PSVR, and I think that's our best bet.
Aim controller support, I'm down.
Can I mention one more?
You don't have to have aim controller support, but I mean, I think that's a very realistic thing because, or Oblivion, Bethesda's going to drop a VR title.
What are you doing over there, Professor X?
If they don't, I'll be very surprised. So I'm looking for Bethesda to be dropping some cool shit, whatever the fuck it means.
Bethesda is tagged on IFI website. They tagged under VR as well, so I think they're gonna show something.
Oh yeah.
Can I mention one more?
I want to do one too.
Oh,
actually,
please.
after you.
What, like you were saying about previous franchises, what about Killzone? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which already had move controller support on the PS3.
It did. Yeah.
Although I like Lewis's idea of Resistance. If they did a Resistance trilogy.
Yeah, 1, 2, and fucking 3.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Here's the thing, though, Nat. I mean, we talk. I'm a huge advocate of ports. I think they should be porting everything from PS3 over.
They ported everything to Switch.
Well, here's the thing, though. Nat made a very good point, though, that I kind of sit on my little, when I weigh this and go, well, Nat's right. You're going to take away the VR creativity if we just let devs port everything. Because how's an indie dev going to come up with a cool new idea if we're just porting Fallouts and everything cool from the last 10 years? And there's a fine line there.
I'm going to interrupt you there. You're not wrong, 100%. But we've seen with the indie dev, like we've had so much indie content for the last year. Like we're getting burnt out on a lot of indie efforts. Like we kind of need. I don't want to see them go away. Obviously, not to go away. But we need to breathe some life into PSVR with known franchises. I mean, indie titles still bring them on.
Skyrim was a great step. Skyrim was a great step. It was a huge step.
Well, Mortal Kombat should be in VR. That might come out in E3. That'd be fun. Mortal Kombat.
That's what I was saying. If you bring in games that people understand, you're gonna sell more headsets. It doesn't matter what platform it is. Yeah, they have to do that. But what Nat brought up in the last roundtable about taking away their drive to make things, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens in the next couple of years. But I'm all on board with porting the cool shit that everybody knows about.
One thing that I like Mortal Kombat, I want fatalities in first person.
Thank you. I want to rip someone's head right out of their body.
Did you say Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you imagine ripping someone's heart out just like.
As far as big name developers doing stuff in the space and like bringing AAA stuff, I want to say, even though they haven't been AAA like big names that everybody knows, Ubisoft is really committed, it seems like, to VR stuff. Eagle Flight was solid. Star Trek is really solid. Werewolves, I mean, even though the lobbies are dead, I had a ton of fun with that when it came out.
Lance is always playing with people. Lance Rico, his name is on YouTube.
Lance Akiro.
He's always Akiro.
He still plays all the time. Yeah, I see that.
He plays all the time. I see he finds lobbies. It's cross-platform, isn't it? Or no, am I wrong?
That's the thing though. With Ubisoft, man, something they're doing on their back end that isn't seen like anywhere else is crossplay between all three major HMDs. That needs to be looked at. I want to hear something at E3 from all of them saying we're going to try to work together. If you own Arizona Sunshine, you can play it if you're on a PSVR, a Rift, or a Vive, so that this dead online shit stops. They need to quit fighting. They need to quit fighting.
I was in a lobby the other day in Star Trek, and the guy said, obviously the PC always say that we're inferior. We can't point our fingers and all that shit.
Yeah, they're douchebags.
He was saying if there wasn't any PlayStation VR owners, there'd be no one online.
Well, yeah, because we have the bigger install base, like by far.
Right.
Dude, yes, sir. Yeah. How many people have a PS4 compared to like a really big rig gaming PC rig, whatever the fuck they're called?
Oh man. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at it on PCs, just PC as a PC, and then PlayStation 4 as PS4, there's 40% or something, 8% market share on PS4, and then another 52 goes to PC. There are 3 different headsets they've got. Right. But it still looks, you know where I'm going, like PC got bigger share.
Yeah, but well, if you talk about PC gaming in general, if just like what do people own in their house, like having a PC is one thing, having a VR gaming rig is another thing. I have a desktop. It can't run any fucking thing. Yeah, I can't do room scale. Like a lot of people can't do room scale.
It's
like
therefore PSVR is just so convenient.
Exactly. Yeah, you put it on.
It's very convenient. Yeah. And it feels so comfortable.
And that's the other thing. I used to have like an Oculus developers kit, and I'm sure it's way better now. But as far as running PC stuff, there's so many variables. Like shit just might not work. It just might not run the first time.
Battle Royale in this game, bro.
Or like
I'll tell you what, Dave.
I mean, you've got PC. You've got
and you're right about that because it's strange when I go to buy a game. I look into the reviews because the weird thing is I have like a mid-grade type PC rig. It's like a $1,200 one. Yeah. There's guys in there with 1080 fucking graphics cards, man. NVIDIA 1080 Ti's and shit. Yeah. Going, it won't run on my system and it just crashes. The problem on the PC side is that everything's not running. There's so much variability. And the funny thing is, if you buy it on Steam, it runs sometimes if you have an Oculus, but if you buy it at an Oculus store, it's fucked up. It doesn't have 360 tracking. There's all this weird shit going on. So then you got to get a refund from Oculus to buy it on Steam that actually gives you the. It's stupid.
That's why I think consoles are going to be the way that people adopt VR, really, or mobile headsets.
It's so easy.
Totally.
It's so easy. The setup is ridiculously easy. Everything is so easy. It's just.
And it's currently on sale.
And the newer headsets are just one fucking wire, not 2 wires.
Oh yeah, I've got the new one now. It's the little changes make so much difference in the headset.
Polish has got a new one.
On the new one, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's destroyed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, my last one just broke.
It stopped working or something.
Oh,
yeah.
The point of this whole conversation,
just bang my face on my wall.
The point of what we're saying here, guys, is that PSVR is the fucking shit, and I recommend the PSVR over my Rift, and I own one. So that's what we're saying. It's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Bang for your buck.
What is this?
There's one thing I do want to bring up though.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, I know. No,
this is a great conversation. We should lead into this.
I'll just be quick. The one thing I'm finding very encouraging is companies that have brought out really good VR games, so Super Hot Team and Impulse Gear, who do Farpoint, they aren't satisfied with what they've brought out. They want to improve. They want to go to the next level. And I find that really encouraging. Even the guys at Polyarc, the people that did Moss, which I adore that game, again, they've turned around and said, this is the game we've done, but we want to go bigger, we want to go longer, we want to go bolder when we do the next one.
I would throw Vacation Sim in there too. That looks like it's going to be an expanded.
Again, they've gone up. So I say, there is these companies out there that, they've done a pretty good VR game, but they're not satisfied. They know they can do better.
It's all about seeing a return, isn't it? They need to know they're going to get a return.
And that's the hard part.
Yeah.
But as we say, we're running out of time, so let's get on to the third part, and this is the dream game.
Well, only 35 minutes.
Possibly couldn't go. Oh,
really?
Well, we haven't got time.
That's good. Okay, then we got more
can
time.
squeeze in around a Rec Royale afterwards. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sure. That's
I want to that's a separate stream.
No,
that's a separate stream.
We'll do a separate one on that one.
At the end.
Yeah, we can do it at the end. You can just.
I was going to say we separate the streams, huh?
Yeah, all right.
I just do it on same stream.
What is this, Ghostbusters?
Never cross the stream.
Don't cross the streams.
Cross the streams. You separate the streams. Hey, one video per game, okay?
Back on track.
Yeah, back on track.
So we're looking at a game that hasn't been announced. Really, there's nothing to sort of say it will be coming, but it's like our dream project, and the one that I'm going to go with, even though it's not really a full game. But I would love when Spider-Man and Insomniac come out on stage, they turn around and say, by the way, tonight you can download a 15-minute demo if you have a PlayStation VR headset and think that you're Spider-Man, and you just go swinging through Manhattan with movie controllers.
It's better than that last one.
First of all, Manhattan's not all that great. No, I'm just kidding. No. Second of all, that would be a dream come true.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Absolutely. Okay,
which is the subject.
Now you're just talking to nerds, okay? Because now that you just fucked up, okay? Because Windlands is close.
It's not that close.
It's close. It's kind of close. And then you have To the Top, which I don't think is close. I mean, there's parts where you're like kind of climbing
like
a little bit on the ceiling,
like
a cat.
Yeah,
and climbing up the fucking tree like a cat. And that's what that feels like. I need an actual like swing through the city, like Spider-Man 2 PS2 days. You know what I'm saying?
That was a great game. That was a great game.
Oh my fucking god, guys! I need that type of swinging. And if they could do it with Manhattan looking as good as Manhattan actually does these days, then I would blow my mind.
Have you tried Windlands 2?
So,
has anyone tried Windlands 2?
Is it?
No, Brian Paul did. I think Brian Paul did at the PAX. So I'm not really sure.
Absolutely incredible. But yeah, sorry.
So real quick.
But yeah, so that would be my dream.
Insomniac is working on that open world.
Yeah, they do VR
game for.
Yeah, that looks so good. For Rift, doesn't it?
It wouldn't be that crazy if they did have a VR component, because I mean they've proven that they're interested. They've proven that they can do a good job. So I mean maybe it'll be a tacked on little thing like Tomb Raider or something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little bit of something. Yeah.
They'll tack on walking around the Daily Bugle looking at newspapers or some bullshit.
Parker, don't take away my dream.
Parker, where are my photos?
My dream.
He'll put his suit on at the end and it'll go back to the title screen.
If I get to punch J. Jonah Jameson in the face, that'd be satisfactory.
Anyway, who's next?
I think Chris is next.
I would go Ridge Racer.
That's an interesting
one.
I like that idea.
I used to love Ridge Racer. Absolutely fucking love it. And I used to have like on the PlayStation 1, I used to have the high spec demo as well, where you had the really good frame rate. Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be my dream.
I've had loads of people saying they want more driving games in
Oh my god, Dirt Rally is just not enough. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I need like another Dirt Rally, man.
PSVR, it's perfect for driving games. Like,
oh my god, it's a fucking shit.
I was so wondering why they didn't do Dirt 4. Like, I thought Dirt 4 would for sure come to Dirt VR eventually. But
I hope in every year they're gonna do F1 game for VR.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I know.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, man.
Cannot you're up.
What about you, Lewis?
I'm up. Okay.
Professor X? Yeah. No. I already said a bunch of games. I said stuff.
So if we're talking imaginary games that are going to come out, Gollum. In all seriousness, though, it's
the unicorn.
My freaky ass wishlist game out of lunch would be like a full Star Wars Battlefront experience.
Yes,
It's still like my prayer that would.
Are you saying
now you're really hitting my nerd heart hard, bro?
Are you saying Battlefront?
Obviously for PC, I would buy a whole new PC and PC headset just to play that game. My second prediction is going to be Farpoint 2, surprise, and it's going to have like 3 on 3 multiplayer or something nuts. And yeah, those are my 2 out to lunch predictions.
Yeah,
cool.
Nice, dude. I like the 5.2 prediction.
Do you guys really think they're going to do 4.2 though?
I don't think so, because
for PS5 or.
No, why wouldn't
the PSVR
they could do it now. They could do it so much better.
But
they know what they're doing
already,
Absolutely.
right?
They are working on something, but they don't know what. They don't know what. It could be 5.2. It could be not.
They showed shit from it. We've seen
footage
of Impulse Gear.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I agree. I want to see that, but I don't think we're
going
to. I hope so too. I would just hope. Let's play.
It's just a wish. It's just a wish.
Am I crazy? Does anybody else know what I'm talking about?
You're crazy, Dave.
Okay, because I swear to God, I saw.
I did not see a damn thing.
I just the makers of Farpoint, their next game.
What did Dave say? I can't hear what he's saying.
I just saw a job listing for like, oh shit.
Okay, I thought I saw a picture of it or something. Maybe I'm crazy.
No.
What did you see a picture of? What did he say?
Is it a dream?
No, it's a game from the people who made Farpoint that looks like an online multiplayer shooter.
Oh, Impulse Gear.
Yes, Impulse Gear.
Yeah, you're not about Evasion, are you? You're not about Evasion.
That's the game I'm talking about. Yeah. So they are making another game. That's what I'm saying. We've already seen
that's not
images.
That's not Impulse Gear.
No,
that's not Impulse Gear.
Who is that?
Archiact
son of a bitch, raw data? Or no? Did Servios do raw data?
No, that's Servios did raw data. Archiact did like Shooty Fruity, I think, or some shit.
No, that's not.
No, that's engine. They've done like.
Damn, what I can't remember.
Pinhead Arcade and shit.
That was Archiact.
Just publishes them.
Blasters of the
Day. Archiact is good. Evasion looks amazing.
I thought that was. I thought that was Impulse Gear. I guess I'm an idiot. I don't keep track of stuff.
You're not an idiot, Dave.
Right.
The guys from Brookhaven Experiment, they employed dude who used to work on Call of Duty. He used to be director or something. And they making game called Rushfire for VR, like a multiplayer shooter.
Archiact makes Smashbox? Archiact makes Smashbox.
Oh yeah, and Smashbox, that's it. But I don't know if that's coming to PSVR or not.
Right, okay.
Is Seraphim with us?
Seraphim, what do you got here?
Yeah, he's here.
Tenshu. I have no idea, guys.
Tenshu? Wow.
Tenshu? Oh my god, are you serious? Seraphim, I wish I could hug you, man. I wish I could hug you. That's the best answer I've heard all night.
We can.
Get over here. Get over here.
Like proper slog.
That looks wicked.
I loved Tenshu 2 so fucking much.
Him too. That'd be amazing. But,
yeah, Tenshu would be great, dude. That'd be fucking ninja, dude. What?
Yeah.
Don't even talk.
Running on the roof.
Gherkin.
So I would say like, oh, are you still
cool.
talking? I can't tell sometimes. No. I think he's done. Okay. So I was going to say, actually, when you brought up yours, Chris, I was like, holy shit. Anything Sega from like the Dreamcast era, I would love to see ported. Like, I don't know, does that old arcadey stuff.
Ready to Rumble?
And also like the light gun games. Give me a fucking, Time Crisis. House of the Dead, Virtua Cop. Give me any of that shit. Like Sega needs to get in here. I don't understand
why it hasn't happened. And
Namco.
They're also doing
Namco shit like Hatsune Miku and all that bullshit. That's
I don't even know why the Sega. I don't even know why the Sega Classics game that just came out isn't in VR, where you're like sitting in a bedroom.
It's on PC. It's on PC.
It's on PC. Yeah.
I knew it. That really pissed me off.
Yeah,
that pissed me off.
But it's not all games in VR. You're sitting like in VR room and playing them on like CRT TV.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I meant.
But it's quite cool. PSVR.
You're sitting in your bedroom and you're sitting in your bedroom playing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
I mean, I've got all them games in my spare room on my CRT TV, so I don't see need for it. But I think like if they've done it for PC, you know, they should. It should be out for PSVR as well.
Yeah, I think it'd be simple. The DualShock can work just as well as the controller. You can put the cartridge in.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say is there is actually. Have you guys heard about the Space Channel 5 thing that Sega was doing?
Oh yeah,
like shopping around at shows and stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds like an actual game, more like a game than the Hatsune Miku stuff, where you're just waving a little fucking thing around. You know what I mean? So I would love to see that if it ever comes to PSVR, because it's already out there in the world in some form.
Yeah.
So get over here, Sega. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like what you were saying earlier. Like, I don't know why they don't really. I mean, everyone's into releasing mini consoles. Why they can't release a mini VR console, like a PS1 with 30
PS1
games
Classic
on it that you played in VR?
That'd be cool.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think that people would love that. But yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely. Look how the mini consoles sell. Like they pretty much always sold out.
Oh yeah, no, it took me forever to get a Super Nintendo Classic, but when I saw one available, I was like, fuck yeah,
Did you
I'm
hack
getting that thing. I haven't yet. No, I haven't yet.
So good.
What's yours, Sarah?
So where do we go up to?
Polish. What's yours? Polish.
My dream one would be Last of Us in VR. That's like a big dream. I would love to play that.
It was a PS3 game originally, right?
Naughty Dog would never do it.
Crash Bandicoot? Can I get Crash Bandicoot?
Let him dream. This is about dreams. Let him dream.
I'm gonna let you dream. I'm gonna let you dream.
It's one of my favorite games. Like
it's true though. I'm really excited for The Last of Us 2. But
if they had the multiplayer too, oh man, that was one of my favorite
multiplayer. Multiplayer is so good in that fucking game.
The only thing is you can't play it now because everybody's been playing it nonstop since it came out.
Oh, they're so good.
Incredibly good. You just get killed.
That's true. Murdered.
A Metal Gear Solid 1 remake would be great.
Yeah. So that's somebody mentioned that. Somebody mentioned that before.
That was me.
No, on my stream, not in here.
Oh no, he did. Chris was talking about Metal Gear Solid.
No, Gamertag mentioned it.
Oh, you did. Oh, well, there's so many games that you mentioned, guys. I got short-term memory problems.
It's all good.
Yeah, I did.
Like anyway,
I'm going with something that I think would actually work really well in VR, and a game that I've always loved, and that's Mirror's Edge.
Oh yeah.
Catalyst. First or second?
I don't give a shit.
Right. Yeah, baby.
Give me Mirror's Edge in VR, and I'll be like,
I bet you could
are you serious? That'd be fucking great. That's mine, man. That's mine.
Good shout.
It could totally
remind me of Mirror's Edge a little bit.
It does, yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at 46 minutes. Do we have another thing there?
Great fun.
No, viewer takeover.
Does anyone got any questions? Yeah, anyone got questions?
Has anyone seen any questions from the chat?
I would have to ask again. Is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah. Let's all ask.
So if anybody's watching right now, if you have a specific question or a prediction or something that you want to ask about, any of us, just go right ahead and I'll try to remember and ask.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, please do the same.
Well, one thing I would like to bring up is
questions,
all the genres that we've had on PlayStation VR. There's one that hasn't been brought up, and I'm a big fan of JRPGs, especially the Persona games. And it's mind-blowing to me that there's not been some sort of JRPG Persona game where you can get your Persona up in front of you and send him into battle. That would that could be so good in VR, and it's amazing to me that a Japanese company hasn't done that yet.
I think I can answer your question, Paul. What is it?
Yep.
What?
What's your question?
SpongeBob asking where are his car keys, and somebody asking, have we heard about 360-degree new camera for PSVR?
What?
That's not going to happen.
No new cameras for PSVR. No.
I don't think so.
We should be allowed to.
If it is there, it's probably fake.
If it is, it's probably some guy circulating a petition to get one or something, and he made an image like a mock-up.
Yeah, I think at this point, this generation is pretty locked in as far as PSVR tech goes.
Yeah, for sure. We're not getting anything else. You don't want to
Sunny in VR, and he's asking what we think could possibly be the announcement that Sony have got for Sunday, which is obviously
tomorrow as well. We've got.
There's one tomorrow. He's asking about the Sunday because obviously the Sunday one is an anticipated game coming to PlayStation VR. So it's Sunday either things.
It could be Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
See, I think
it's something what we already know about.
Yeah, but it's not going to be something like Dreams. It's not going to be Resident Evil 2 because they're PS4
Do you think
games.
Firewall?
This was a PSVR game. Yeah, it could
Firewall?
be Firewall. I think Firewall's a good
I'm going to
thing.
stick with it.
If it's
That's my
Firewall,
surprise.
we already know about Firewall. So, like, I want
Golem,
to
that's
release
a good one. That's.
I mean, Golem's been so long
never
now.
heard of
Yeah,
before.
that'd be the worst surprise ever. If
Oh my god! If they talked about Golem, I would fucking.
That was a launch title, wasn't it?
Break my.
Yeah, we did Golem and there's another one. Yeah.
So they were talking in the thing. They were saying it's an anticipated game, so it's something we know about.
5.2.
Even if it's on PSVR.
But what did they say about
game in VR?
Ooh, Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation.
Oh,
crazy
that'd be
good.
cool. That would be
Don't tease
sick.
my heart.
And they could do that. They could do it.
That'd be so cool.
Alien versus Predator.
Mostly at night.
Hey, what if we start getting release dates? I just had somebody say, what if Star Child gets a release date?
I just knocked a beer over. Sorry, guys.
Yes. Star Child and Golem, and there was another one. And Natsugases just said I can't remember. Damn it.
The Persistence gets a fucking release date. How about
we got a date on Persistence.
Persistence has a release date.
Yeah, September.
Yeah, but I mean a solid one.
Persistence is July. It's in July, Persistence, and there's a pre-order for it.
Yeah,
I just got access
End
to
of July.
Yeah, but maybe it's not in the NA. Maybe it's in. I don't know. Yeah, it's you. I don't know.
No, it's in Britain. I've
Where's
seen
Ryan
the
gone?
pre-order for ages.
I don't believe
Star
it.
Child. I was right though. Star Child hasn't got a release date, but they're not going to do that as a release date because we know the game's coming.
Yeah.
All we're waiting for is a date.
Dave! He fell through the floor.
Oh no, it's all.
Yeah, I'm out. They just
Dave and Seraphin are out of control.
I'm good. It's just always a matter of time before
that guy is
one of these streams.
That guy is Will said Shadow and Colossus in VR would be cool, and we're looking for Natsugases, so we need an Ace Combat release date like yesterday. So
that would be
yeah, we definitely need an Ace Combat release date.
When you talk.
Somebody just said the Exorcist game, but obviously we've already got a date on that already. So. Oh, hold on, I've got a notification.
I'm pretty sure what was that game I was just talking about?
No.
That's the 22nd of July. The Persistence.
Oh yeah,
sure.
I can't wait for
It's the
Persistence.
22nd
That
of
looks
July.
great.
It reminds me of Dead Space. That's another dream game I'd love.
Yeah.
Dead Space. Oh
man, that'd be freaking cool.
Jesus,
Dead Space.
yes,
Oh man.
I love Dead Space. I loved it when it went co-op as well. When it went co-op on number 3.
But I was gonna say, don't bring us number 3, because as far as gameplay, or not gameplay, but like, I don't know. Overall, that was the weakest one I thought. It was cool to have co-op.
It was gameplay, wasn't it? Because it was built around the microtransactions, unfortunately.
Well,
it was.
And it was just so much more about action, and it wasn't about horror.
The first one will always remain my favourite.
Yeah.
The first one.
And that's why it's so good in VR.
I would like a Resident Evil 8. I know a lot of people are looking for the backwards going Resident Evil 2 here, but I want like 8. I don't want 2. I want 8.
I want Silent Hill.
What I want.
You don't want to?
They haven't made
You don't want to, Lewis?
No, I don't want to.
Get the fuck out of here. Leave this. 2 is going to be incredible. 2 is going to be incredible. Have you played Resident Evil 2?
Wait, I've got a question.
Yes. Pull him back. But it's third person. They're going to do it like it's like a
It's going to be first person, bitch. They're going to do first person. They're building it in the RE engine. The RE engine is all first person.
He wasn't born yet when that game came out.
Road Rash in VR, but I still want Resident Evil.
Oh, Road Rash would be great.
Road Rash. We talked about that one before.
I've got a good
What about that
question
game
for
that's
you.
coming out like Road Rash? It's like you're on the spin cycles and you're hammering.
We got a question.
Got a
For
question.
VR?
Yeah, somebody asking, do we think if over-the-shoulder games will work in VR?
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
If you make a good one.
absolutely, yeah.
As long as you make a good one.
Platforming games work in VR, so why not?
Oh yeah, I can't fucking wait for fucking Astrobot.
Astrobot!
Oh, we didn't even talk about that yet. How did we not mention that this whole time?
The fucking Mario.
Astrobot
Oh
looks
my
good.
God.
It does. Mono Wheel, that's the game. Mono Wheel. Mono Wheel is the game where it looks like Road Rash in VR. That's right.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Hey,
They actually make bikes looking like that, mono wheel bikes in real life.
Someone just mentioned they had Jet Moto or Twisted Metal.
Oh, Jet Moto.
Twisted fucking metal.
When you say Jet Moto, there's a part of my brain that just goes.
You just twisted my metal, bro, saying that. You know?
Look, the legend just goes, what about Grand Theft Auto?
Hold up. Yeah, that's never happening. Sorry,
Grand Theft Auto.
never happening. But I've got a good question here from somebody. I can't remember it was a thing. Bethesda and Ubisoft have put out VR games. What are the odds that this E3, EA or Activision bring us a VR game?
Who wants an EA game? EA can take their shit and leave it off of PSVR.
You said you wanted Star Wars.
Well, okay, that's just because they own Star Wars right now. They don't deserve
Star Wars
it.
is the wish, but EA is VR phobic, and so is Activision. It's not going to happen.
And that's
But
the thing. I don't want a bunch
he's
of
rising
EA
up to the
loot
heavens.
boxes in my shit.
He's a seraphim. That's what they do.
Yeah, he is.
I like the way Ryan just shut that down, man. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
No, I wish the heavens open wide, give me Star Wars in VR. But EA, like I said, I think they're staying away from VR until at least next generation. It looks like they don't give a shit about VR
like
right now.
the mobile headsets. I think
you're right, Ryan.
I think there's other Star Wars content that they've created for stuff that's not PSVR.
What you doing,
that's short
Sarah?
experiences like that. But they just want to do little one-off things that are almost like promo shit. They don't want to make a full experience, is what it seems.
I think those were Sony funded. I think Sony paid them to do that stuff.
Well,
and now that Sony hasn't not given any more.
No, but there's other.
Don't forget EA. All right, I'm not a big fan of the look of Anthem, but don't forget we got that.
Oh, you found my message. You guys found my message. I actually put it on. I put it on every single board.
In their thing. So we might get something.
That's funny,
for
dude.
Anthem in VR.
There's another one over there.
I found this.
You're not going to get Anthem.
All over the place.
I don't think anyone's going to see Anthem for a while.
All right, guys, check us out. We're at 55 minutes. We need to keep this under an hour. So.
All right, there we go.
Don't be
It's time
such
to
a
wrap it
stickler.
up. Time to wrap it up.
Don't be such a stickler.
Wrap it up.
I'm gonna bring another board over here, guys. I got another one. Can you guys see that? Okay. Hold on.
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on.
Is there another one?
I did this before he got here. I did this way before he got here. I'm surprised nobody even
Fuck
noticed
you, Dave.
this.
Fuck you.
I can't move with it, can I? Oh, I can.
Those should have been here before we started, guys.
Sorry, I should have told you guys that I did this earlier.
I saw them in the
gotta go get an
background, but I
eraser,
didn't
man.
say anything. I saw them back there. I was like,
Another one. What the hell?
So,
That's
so there it
hilarious.
is, Paul. Everybody says fuck you. All right, guys. So I think we covered it.
I don't think I got a
Did we
question
cover
from my
everything?
chat yet.
yeah, no, I can't wait till after E3, guys. I can't wait till after E3.
We're
New
in an
game
hour,
announcement
guys. We're gonna
tomorrow.
keep this under an hour.
We got a new game announcement tomorrow at 11 a.m., right?
Hype.
Yeah, I'm
Eastern
gonna be
Standard Time.
streaming.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. new
streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I've got a copy of Apex Construct to give away during it, so yeah, I'm gonna be streaming it.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
All right,
guys,
so new
hold
game
on.
wait,
announcement tomorrow.
Before we wrap
we
this
good?
up, before we wrap this up, can we do some Rec Royale after this? Are you guys down to translate into?
Yeah, I just gotta go
Yes,
deal with
remember?
family stuff, and I'll be back.
Yeah,
How
we're
long?
gonna.
I gotta
Yeah, I
duck
got
out
like
too, so.
We can take like a
Well, I might
break.
stay in stream.
Take
Maybe
like
I'll
a
stay
short
in
break.
stream because.
I didn't hear what you said.
Somebody just said, "What is
I didn't
this?"
hear anything?
Wait, guys, I have a question from the audience.
Yeah.
The only question
Yeah.
I received during that time is someone saying, "What is this virtual circle jerk?"
Yes, yes, it is.
Pretty much, that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what
No,
it
you
is.
nailed it. Good job.
That is exactly what it is.
Good job.
Well, if they were watching you and Seraphim run around the room, then yes.
I just want to say thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Hey,
very much.
thanks for
Oh, yeah,
showing up,
no,
man.
yeah, definitely, dude.
Privilege. It's a privilege.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, man.
we got 8 guys in here. That was cool.
Yeah,
it's
guys,
maximum
thanks all for
overhead,
being
so-
here. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see what.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
guess.
yeah. And fuck you, Dave, and fuck you, Seraphim.
You know I love you, Paul. You know I love you. I've been trying to hold your hand all night. It won't let me.
So we can go to the same party and we could all play together.
Do
Yeah.
let's take
Let's take a 10-15 minute break and then do Rec
Royale.
Royale. I will.
You sure some of you guys want to do Rec Royale then here in a minute?
Yeah, let's take a little.
Yeah, I'll do it now. I never played it, so I'm probably gonna die
straight away. We've got enough to do a closed group.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm gonna kill this stream because we're trying to keep.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut the stream down, and obviously we'll just play within ourselves. So,
bye everybody. Bye chat.
I just want to thank all you guys for joining tonight, and also want to thank all the viewers for joining us.
Thank you.
Our stream. So that's great. So I'm gonna shut my stream down, and I'll hang around here, and obviously whatever.
I'll see you guys.
Love you guys.
So I'm gonna thank my viewers. Thank you guys.
Invite me when I come back on if you guys are still doing the Royale thing. I'll be back.
Yeah,
same here.
I'm probably gonna take like a 5-10 minute break, and then I'll come back. Did you know you can do this? Did you know you can do this?
No, I don't know. You can do whatever you can do. I don't know anything.
Let me get. Hold on, I'm gonna get a selfie.
I'm gonna go to. Oh, he's gonna get a selfie real quick. All right, just get one selfie. I'm gonna. There you go.
Oh no. Oh, who's gone? Who we got? Oh, I'm not gonna put you all in.
Hey Nat. Oh, hold up.
Oh, look, I can pick this whole thing up. Look at this shit.
Oh, damn, dude.
You see that?
Totally nailed that, dude. We fucking.
I'm gonna go into.
We need to use this as the cover.
Thanks, guys. I'll catch you next time. I'll catch you in the next roundtable.
Nat, that's me. I'm talking. Nat.
I'm here. Sorry, I popped out. I thought we were.
Nat.
No,
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm in the thing.
It works better than last time. There's a bit more focus.
We're going.
All right, stream. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna drop off and I'm gonna play
same thing.
Rec Royale. You guys are great. That was All right.
Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Love y'all.
Listen to Lewis, baby. Listen to Lewis. He knows what's going on.